Fear. We all feel it. We all try to avoid it. But have we ever really stopped to listen to what it's trying to tell us? What if fear isn't the enemy we've always thought it was? What if instead it's a messenger, trying to show us something deep and essential about who we really are and what truly matters to us? In this video, I want to invite you to look at fear from a new angle, one that doesn't see it as an obstacle, but as a chance to grow. Together, we'll explore how fear can become a powerful tool to strengthen our self-confidence, bring clarity to our emotions, and even sharpen our sense of purpose. This is a journey to transform our relationship with fear, seeing it as a guide for our personal growth. Get ready, because what you're about to discover may change the way you approach your challenges. When we learn to listen to what fear is trying to tell us, it stops being a barrier and becomes a real opportunity for growth. So, are you ready to dive into this discovery with me? Fear is a deep emotion, almost like an instinct carrying thousands of years of evolution. It's with us to protect us from real dangers, guiding us to avoid situations that threaten our safety. But nowadays, fear appears in more subtle and complex ways, going beyond physical dangers and blending with our emotional insecurities. It comes up when we're hesitant to try something new, to expose our vulnerabilities, or even to show who we really are. The fear of failure, for example, isn't just about the fear of making a mistake. It's also tied to our need for achievement, to the desire for our efforts and worth to be recognized. Similarly, the fear of rejection reflects how much we value acceptance and our need to feel a sense of belonging. These types of fear reveal how deeply we're connected to what matters to us emotionally. Understanding this helps us normalize fear, recognizing it as something universal and valid. When we view fear with greater compassion, it stops being an invisible enemy and becomes a valuable signal, highlighting areas where we seek security or that are essential to our emotional well-being. This perspective opens the door to a new relationship with fear, where it's not just a barrier, but a compass guiding us toward personal growth and the creation of a more authentic life. Imagine someone who's always felt a deep fear of failure in their career. Every time an opportunity comes up to lead an important project or give a presentation, their heart races, and they feel an almost insurmountable block. This fear of failure isn't just about making mistakes. It reflects a profound desire to be recognized and to see their work valued. At its core, this fear is revealing that professional achievement and acknowledgement are priorities for them. Or consider someone who feels very hesitant to share their ideas in social groups out of fear of rejection. This fear isn't just about avoiding a moment of discomfort. It highlights an important need to feel accepted and valued by others. Such hesitation can show just how crucial social connection and acceptance are to their emotional well-being. Recognizing this can help them start working on building their self-confidence and appreciating the worth of their ideas. These examples show us that fear goes beyond what it seems on the surface. It's actually a message about our aspirations and values, guiding us toward the areas in life where we're looking to grow. When we view fear through this lens, it becomes clearer and reveals itself as a resource, pointing us toward personal growth and self-awareness. By understanding what fear represents, it becomes more than just an emotion. It can actually serve as a tool for personal growth. When we stop seeing fear as an obstacle and start viewing it as an ally, something powerful shifts. The first step in this transformation is acceptance. Instead of fighting against fear or denying it, welcome it. Recognize that it's a part of who you are and that it's there to show you something important. This act of acceptance opens the door to a new relationship with fear. With that acceptance, you can begin to reflect on what fear might be trying to teach you. Asking yourself, why do I feel this fear? Or what is it trying to show me? Can reveal the aspirations and values at the heart of that feeling. The fear of failure, for example, might indicate that you deeply value growth and success, while the fear of change might signal a desire for security and stability. Rather than letting fear paralyze you, you can use it as a compass, pointing you toward what truly matters to you. This approach turns fear into a guide for self-awareness and helps build a resilient mindset. When fear arises, it becomes an opportunity to reflect and grow rather than a barrier that holds us back. It's an ongoing practice, but as you engage with it, you build a foundation of confidence and strength that supports you at every stage of life, making fear a true ally on your path of personal growth. When fear arises, it can easily paralyze us. But there are practical, science-backed techniques that can help us handle this emotion effectively. One of these approaches is mindfulness, a practice that teaches us to observe fear without reacting automatically. Research shows that mindfulness, by focusing attention on the present moment, helps reduce activity in the amygdala, the area of the brain responsible for the fear response. Instead of running from fear, mindfulness allows us to recognize and accept the emotion, softening its intensity. Sitting with fear, breathing deeply, and noticing how it manifests in the body creates a healthy distance. Over time, fear loses its power to control us. Another proven technique is gradual exposure, widely used in cognitive behavioral therapy for treating phobias and anxiety disorders. Gradual exposure involves facing fear in small, manageable steps in a safe and controlled way. Studies show that this technique enables the brain to associate the feared situation with a sense of safety, weakening the automatic fear response. For example, if public speaking terrifies you, you might start by practicing alone, then speaking in front of a small group of friends, and finally in front of a larger audience. Each step helps your brain adapt to the situation without the same level of anxiety. These practices not only help manage fear in the moment, but also build a more resilient, steady response to future challenges. With mindfulness, we learn to meet fear with compassion. With gradual exposure, we build confidence and strengthen our ability to face situations that once felt impossible. These tools foster genuine, lasting change, transforming fear into a real driving force for personal growth and a more balanced life. Stories of overcoming fear show us that facing it can truly be transformative. Take Clara, for instance. For years, she felt a strong fear of public speaking. This fear held her back from sharing valuable ideas, leaving her frustrated and insecure. But Clara was determined to change. She took small steps, first practicing alone, then in front of a trusted friend, and gradually with larger groups. Each stage was challenging, but she kept going. The result? Clara not only overcame her fear, but discovered a new sense of confidence. Today, she feels empowered to communicate her ideas and knows that by facing her fears, growth and progress are entirely possible. Another inspiring example is Lucas, who had always feared change. For him, the comfort zone felt safe, and any hint of change triggered deep anxiety. But when a job opportunity in another city came up, Lucas realized it was something he needed to face. Despite his apprehension, he took the leap, and the process of adapting revealed a resilience and flexibility he hadn't known he had. This step not only helped him overcome his fear of change, but also allowed him to grow in ways he hadn't expected. These stories remind us that when fear is confronted, it stops being a barrier and becomes a stepping stone to personal growth. By viewing fear as an opportunity for self-improvement, we uncover new potential within ourselves and strengthen our confidence. Instead of limiting us, fear becomes the starting point for real and profound transformation. So, why not use these stories as inspiration and take that first step in your own journey of overcoming? Today, we've taken a closer look at fear, seeing it not as an enemy, but as an ally that understands us well. Fear, that feeling we so often try to avoid, can actually be an incredible tool for personal growth. It isn't there to hold us back. Instead, it's there to show us what truly matters, what we value, and where we want to become stronger. And by welcoming fear, by listening to it with a bit more compassion, we're opening the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves. Throughout this video, we've explored how fear can serve as a compass, pointing us toward our aspirations and the areas where we seek more confidence. Turning fear into an ally isn't something that happens overnight, but it begins with acceptance and small, steady practices like mindfulness and gradual exposure. When we allow ourselves to sit with fear, to really observe it without trying to escape, it starts to reveal who we are and where we can build our strength. So, how about giving fear another chance? Instead of seeing it as a barrier, let it motivate you to move forward with greater clarity and confidence. You have within you the courage needed to turn each challenge into a step toward becoming your best self. And little by little, fear stops being a limit and becomes the driving force toward a life that's more genuine, fulfilling, and balanced. Now that we've explored how to turn fear into an ally, take a moment to reflect. What fear would you like to understand better starting today? Share your experience in the comments. By doing so, you could inspire others who are on the same journey. This is the beginning of a supportive community where no one has to face their challenges alone. If today's content spoke to you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and check out our playlist on self-discovery and growth. With each video, you'll gain fresh insights and tools to transform fear into a positive force in your life. Shall we continue together? Like the video, share it with anyone you think could benefit, and keep following along on this journey of growth and discovery. The next step is yours to take, and we'll be right here with you every step of the way.